All right, number 19, a startup company opened with 8 employees. The company's growth plan assumes that 2 new employees will be hired each quarter or every 3 months for the first 5 years. If an equation is written in the form y equal to ax plus b to represent the number of employees y employed by the company x quarters after company open, what's the value of b? Okay, so we know they begin with 8 employees. Okay, that's the starting number of employees. And then we know they are going to hire 2 people each quarter. Okay, for the first 5 years. Okay. So we want to write an equation y equal to ax plus b to model the number of employees that the company have x quarter after it opens. So x represents number of quarters. Okay. So what will be the b value? So this is like a linear modeling question. Okay, so we're trying to model this using a linear equation. So pretty much the number in front of x, this will be our slope. And the b value, that's the y-intercept. In the modeling question, the slope is always a rate of change. Okay, that's how fast or how slow, how fast it's growing or decreasing. In this case, it's growing. Okay, how fast it's growing. And then the y-intercept in the word problem is always the initial amount or the number that we begin with. Okay, so it's a beginning number. Okay, so in this scenario, we know we begin with 8 employees, right? So that should be our y-intercept, okay, which should be the b value. Okay, and so equation, the b value should be 8. And then we're adding 2 new employees each quarter, then that will be our slope, right? So as the x increases by 1, the number of employees should increase by 2. Right? That's a rate of change, which is our slope. So if we're going to write out the whole equation, should be y equal to 2x plus 8. Okay, and that this question asks us what's the value of 8. Well, that will be the initial amount, which is just what's the value of b, then that should be the initial amount, which is 8. Okay, so we said b equal to 8, and that's actually our final answer. Okay, so for this one, we don't actually have to calculate anything. We just had to interpret the meaning and be able to write out the correct model for this question.